In this session, I will tell you how to write assembly language code in Kyle software. Double click on Kyle software and open it. Go to project, then new Mi Vision project. Let's say I want to save it to the folder LED. Give name to the folder, to the project. Save it. Here you have to type the microcontroller name that you want to use. So here I want to use 8089C51 microcontroller. This particular microcontroller I want to use because the same microcontroller is available in a Proteus simulation software. Or you can choose the other microcontroller depend upon the hardware board that you have. Then click OK. Click on new file. Here you have to write the assembly language code. Then save the file with extension .asm or .s. As you know that while saving the C language file, we type .c. The similar way for assembly language, I will type .asm. Save. You add that file. Okay, and hence you are ready to write the code. Whenever you start writing the assembly language code, you always have to start it with the assembler language directive org. Here org means origin. This directive is used to indicate the beginning of address. 00H is the address. So when the assembler processes on this assembly language code, it generates a machine code, and those machine code will get saved from the memory location 00H of ROM. Every assembly language code you have to end it with assembler directive end. This to indicate assembler that this is nothing but the end of assembly language file. Any instruction after end directive is ignored by assembler. Okay. Now here I have written the code to blink the LED connected on port P1. So I want to blink all the LEDs connected to port P1. So first I will give logic 1 to port P1. Then I will call some delay. Then logic 0 again delay, and this would be in a while one loop. So let's see the instruction working. Move P1 comma hash 0FF. Whenever you want to give immediate values to any register, you have to use hash. So here hash indicates that the 0FF is nothing but the value and not a date. It indicates that it's a data and not the address. So FF, this value will get load to the port P1. Then lcall, long call to delay. What is delay here? Delay is nothing but the subroutine. So lcall instruction is like a function call in C language. So simply we are calling the subroutine delay. This particular delay subroutine is used to create a delay of 2 into 7 into 255 into 255 into 1.085 microsecond. So this much of delay will get produced by this particular delay subroutine. So the total delay produced by this delay subroutine is 0.99 second. To come back from this delay subroutine, there is an instruction called RET. So when return instruction get executed, the control is transferred from the subroutine code to the main code. Now the move P1 instruction will P1 hash comma hash 00H instruction will get executed. This instruction means I want to load P1 with value 00. So logic 0 will be given to port P1. Then again lcall delay it will again come to control with transfer from main code to subroutine. After return instruction, it will again come back to the main code. Then sjump here. Sjump is nothing but short jump. Short jump to label here. Here is pointing to this particular instruction. Now this means these 4 instructions will get executed continuously for infinite number of times. So a jump here is nothing but like a while one loop in C language. Okay, let's verify to debug this code. You have to first, okay, before debugging, let's make crystal oscillator frequency as 11.0592 megahertz. Okay, then go to delay. Before delay, I have to compile this with these 3 buttons: translate, build, and rebuild. So there is 0 error. Now you can go for debugging. Now the entire code you can execute line by line or in a single attempt. To observe the changes on port P1, I will go to peripherals and will take port P1 window. And let's execute this code line by line. So when the first instruction get executed, P1 got all logic 1. Then call delay. Here using the step over button, I am not going into delay. So if I want to go into delay, I have to use this button. So now when this particular instruction is get executed, you can see logic 0. Now let's say I want to go to the delay subroutine. In that case, I will use a single step button and you will enter into delay. So normally I will not prefer this step in button, because once you into the subroutine like delay, you would be there for this much number of times. So that many number of times you have to press this button. Okay. So the other thing is, if you want to get back from the subroutine, you can use this button, step out. Okay. So like this, you can execute the code line by line. Using this button without entering into the subroutine, with this function you can enter into subroutine. If you want to run this code continuously, you can use this run button. And you can now see here the logic changing on port P1. So if suppose I connected LEDs to P1, then in that case you will see the LED blinking. Now we created this delay for we use this delay subroutine to create a delay of approximate 1 second. To verify that delay, you have to go to the logic analyzer. You have to add the signal that you want to monitor. Here in our case, it's port P1, close, and again run. Stop, zoom out, and you will get those square waves. Now to see the delay, use this method, and you can see here that delay is nearly equal to 0.99 second, as you can see here. Okay, so approximately 1 second delay you got here. For better visualization of LED blinking, you can use the circuit simulator software named Proteus. Here you have to go to, you have to click on P, you have to search for the microcontroller that you want. I want 8089C51 microcontroller. So click OK. Add it to your schematic window. Then I have connected my LEDs to port P1. So I will take LEDs. Total 8 LEDs you required. Simply connect those LEDs to port P1. Connect the cathode terminal to ground. Then you have to browse for the hex file. By default, the Kyle software don't produce any hex file. To get the hex file, you have to go here, options for target, output, and you have to check this box, create hex file. Okay. Then compile. Then you will get the hex file in your object folder. So now you have to browse that file here. So, objects and LED hex. Again here I have to make it 11.0592 megahertz. Okay. Now if I run this simulation, you can see the LED blinking. You can cross verify the delay produced by our code using virtual instrument called oscilloscope. You can connect any port P1 pin to oscillator, and if you now run the circuit, you will get one digital oscilloscope window. Now by adjusting some parameters, you can get a square wave. Now here you have to count how much delay this square wave is producing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So approximately 5 divisions are there, and if I multiply 5 with 0.2, this value, it will give me so 0.2 multiply by number of divisions. So 0.2 multiply by 5, it again near about 1 second. So this is how you can verify your code output using Proteus simulation software.